Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, what we're going to talk about tonight is something that is a reclamation of rights, at least temporarily coming out of California, the main place of the infringements and assailment upon Second Amendment rights in this country. Now, a federal judge has ruled an injunction against the sharing of personal data that the state was collecting, and Gavin Newsom and Rob Bonta wanted to share with universities for research purposes on red flag laws. That same exact database which got leaked earlier this year. It has been given an injunction because it violates personal rights or personal privacy. Well, isn't that odd? Who would have seen that coming? Everything is linked in the description box below. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Vulcan Arms, and then we're going to dive in, and I cannot wait to share this with you guys. The Vulcan Weatherlock gun bag has one-of-a-kind technology which is protecting your gear against the elements. Their Weatherlock technology is revolutionizing the way you store your firearms. Whether you are on a trip, at the range, or working out in the field, the Weatherlock series can stand up to the harshest environments. These bags have a rating of IPX6. That makes them almost impervious to dust, mud, water. They are lightweight, they are cleanable, and they are puncture resistant. These are worth a look. There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to Vulcan Arms for sponsoring this week's content. But now, my brothers and sisters, we have got to dive into California because something that we said was in fact an invasion of privacy has now been ruled an injunction on by a court system. Now, this isn't going to stop California, but it is a thorn in their paw. Let's get it. Everything is always linked, as I mentioned. California judge blocks sharing of gun owners' information, citing massive privacy breach. Yeah. If you guys recall, that was the breach back in, I believe it was June or July of this year, where all of the information that we're about to go into, all the details, were shared and downloadable. We covered it extensively on this channel because it's infuriating. This would be a case of righteous anger if your information was shared accidentally. But let's keep going. A California law that provided names and other information about gun owners to researchers analyzing the effectiveness of gun violence restraining orders, that's red flag laws, was blocked by a judge who ruled it may violate the privacy rights of gun owners. It may violate the privacy rights of gun owners? How about it already has? In fact, that's what the state uses as a reason for saying, no, we're not hurting anyone. We've already hurt someone. This is incredible. Check this out as I get to it. This will, woo. Quote, accordingly, plaintiffs have shown that the balance of harms weighs in the favor of issuing the injunction. Yeah, no kidding. She wrote in her order on Friday, noting that the law's provisions threaten the privacy rights of gun owners. Of course they do. But you know who was behind it? Mr. Hopeful for 2024 himself, Gavin Newsom. Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom signed the bill into law last September and requested that Attorney General Rob Bonta send personal information on gun purchasers to the State Firearm Violence Research Center at the University of California, Davis. Yeah, nothing biased about that. But it doesn't matter because it's been injunctioned. It's not even the right word. There's been an injunction placed on it. This is incredibly big. Because if you look at California, the way these gun controllers do it across the nation, they'll try something in California or New York, and before you know it, it sprouts up all over the little different areas across the nation that also want gun control. They're used as testing zones. Well, mark this one out of the testing zone list because it has been given an injunction until further notice. Gun owners' information included when and where they purchased the guns, as well as details about the buyers' names, addresses, dates of birth, and what they purchased. The research center was also authorized to share the data with other research institutions outside UC Davis. Yeah, it may be a privacy concern. Are you kidding me? This would not fly in any other law, in any other industry, in any other right at all. The fact that there is there is a quest to go against gun owners in California is where this is coming from because they look at it as a subordinate right, if even a right at all. But let's keep going because as much as they try, they're still going to get stymied. Bacal, an appointee of former Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, noted that the state accused the plaintiffs of failing to establish irreparable harm because the information in question has already been shared with researchers as nearly as November 2021. Their whole reason of saying, no, it's not harming anyone's personal privacy because we already did it. That's kind of like saying, no one's going to wreck the car because the car's already totaled. We're good. No harm, no foul, right? Let's keep going because this is where we start to see a little bit of a hope. Quote, yet this does not account for the potential ongoing and future harms that could occur by continuous use of the information, Bacal said, referring to a June data breach that prompted the California Justice Department to remove its Firearms Dashboard Portal from its website. We covered that extensively. It's the second one, by the way, that this exact same information with new people and new detail has been leaked on accident. But the argument from the state is actually, well, there won't be any more harm because we've already caused the harm, so there's no harm, right? It is very silly, and that's a nice way to say it. One more thing, and then we're going to dive into this this Thursday. Quote, furthermore, and while this motion has been pending, a massive data breach reportedly occurred that leaked personal identifying information from the firearm databases for concealed carry applicants in or about June of 2022, the judge added. That is not a potential or rumor. That did happen. We covered that extensively on this channel. The main reason that I'm bringing this to you is even though California is extremely anti-gun, even they are not exempt from the rules that are in place, whether it be the Bruin decision, the Heller decision, or just basic personal data privacy concerns. They still have to answer to the court system, even in a situation like this. This is going to be a long fight, but we are going to pass the blessing on to the next generation. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode. I'm Braden. See you later.